Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey, it's your girl, Just Kels, just with 2S and not one, cause period, and I'm back, y'all, I'm back with another motherfucking video, okay, and today, this might be a long video, so make sure y'all like, make sure y'all subscribe, and make sure you comment down below and let me know what you think, because I want to know, alright, so, y'all, this story is about the time I got pulled over coming back from Lancaster. Like, I know y'all probably thinking, like, this bitch has a bad driving history. And I do. And I admit it. I can't help it. So, we're gonna start this story. This story take place back in 2019. Was it 2019? And we were invited to a barbecue at a park where a lake is. It was pretty, but it was way in Lancaster. And like, okay, look, the high desert is fucking huge, but that's like considered LA County. So we literally went from one county to the next, but it's nothing but dirt and land and road and just nothing. So it just seemed like you in the middle of nowhere trying to get to somewhere. Like, Lancaster is fucking ridiculous. If you know, you know. If you don't, Google Maps ASAP. So yeah, we was going to this park in Lancaster, and I think I drove there. Had a car full of people, of course. Family, just family, y'all. And that day ended horribly. Well, for me, it ended horribly. But yeah, so we got invited to this park for a barbecue, and it literally took forever to get out there. Like, when I mean forever, I mean like fucking forever. Like, are we there yet type of shit. And when we finally fucking got there, y'all, like, it was warm. It was kind of hot that day, but when we finally got there, everybody was chilling and eating for a few hours. Y'all know me, everywhere I go, I gotta smoke. If I can't smoke, I can't come, okay? If I cannot smoke, I don't want to go to your event, because make it make sense, the fuck. But yeah, like, I'm sitting in the car chilling, smoking and eating, and we're waiting to meet up with the rest of some other family members, and it was cool. It was real cool. But I'm gonna fast forward that. Everybody got there, everybody ate, everybody chilled, everybody talked, reminisced, you feel me, all the things. And it was finally fucking time to go, y'all. So of course, because we didn't drink, we were thinking like, okay, we can go find us like a liquor store or something. So we were like trying to leave before everybody, and we ended up leaving around the same time, but we didn't have no drink, and we was not feeling it, like, at all. So we Googled where the store was at, and it was gonna take us at least 30 minutes to get there, because we was somewhere close to like a base or something, I don't know. And like on the road, when you go over these bump things, they had like music or something, or it made music as you go over them, you roll over them or something. But yeah, that was cool. But anyways, we was just ready to go. Like, we were there for a couple hours, and we like, okay, yeah, it's time to go. So I was a driver, had my sister in the car, and a couple other people in the car. And we probably on the road for like a good 25-30 minutes in the middle of nowhere. And as we going, I literally I just had this weird ass feeling, and I'm watching cars like come past me going fast, like they flying. Now, yeah, you out in the middle of nowhere, to open or whatever, you just gonna drive. Like, if y'all know, coming back from Lancaster to like Victorville or Atalanta or something, you know how long it fucking take, or Palmdale, like wherever. It's nothing but fucking road. Like, you just gotta drive. And God forbid you don't have no fucking gas, because baby, let you run out there. Like, ain't nobody finna take you to the gas station and back, because you just finna, it's just not gonna work. So I'm like paying attention. I'm very conscious of how many cars are going by. At this point, I'm not as high as I was when we left. So I'm watching all these cars speed, and the car in front of me, we're literally probably going like the same pace, because I'm probably somewhat on their ass. Like, they're here, I'm here. Like, you know, if they break, I probably might have hit them if I wasn't paying attention type shit. So So I passed up like this, I don't know what it was, like this weird store or corner market, thrift store looking, I don't know, it was in the middle of nowhere. Everything out there's in the middle of nowhere, y'all. But I passed up that little part, and something just told me, like, look to the side, like, as you going past. And I started to slow down. But when I started to slow down, I realized that I was already going over 60. Now, because we out in the middle of nowhere, y'all, I'm not looking up at the signs. I'm looking at the fucking road just in case a goddamn deer, a rabbit, a fucking coyote, a fucking mountain lion, or, I don't know, a mini bear, bitch. I don't fucking know, just in case something like that come out. And I'm not really looking at the signs or paying attention to the speed limit. Like, I didn't know there was a speed limit on open road. Like, if it say 55 way back there, then I'm assuming that way back there. I mean, I know you do it the whole time, but still, like, nobody's out here. Like, nobody's gonna know. They're just, like, not gonna know that I was just really going that fast. But unfortunately, I was one of the lucky bastards who fucking... Let me just keep going. So I'm driving, and I'm looking forward, right? And I'm gone. And I'm keeping up with the car in front of me. And there's no fucking car behind me because the car that was behind me decided to turn into one of them random-ass driveways. Apparently, they lived over there or something. I don't fucking know. I don't give a fuck. But it should have been them. It should have been them. Take them and not me. But, like, I see the patrol car, y'all. And he's in a truck. And I'm like, what the fuck? I had that weird ass feeling like he's finna pull me over. Like, it's a car full of people. Like, we niggas. He's finna pull us over. Like, and it's a car full of females at that. Y'all, come on now. Like, something's gonna go wrong. Like, make it make sense. The fuck? So, anyways, we make eye contact. And at that fucking moment that me and this officer made eye contact, I kid you not, I didn't even get 6 feet up the fucking road before his lights are on. Now look, just the lights are on. I done been in different situations to where I'm driving down the street and there's a police behind me and they flash their lights and I'm thinking like, okay, fuck, I'm finna get pulled over, but they end up going around me or something. Like, I've been in multiple situations like that, so I'm not thinking that, like, you know, well, I kind of was, but I wasn't just off top like, okay, let me just pull over. So I'm going. And then, y'all, after the lights, I hear the sirens. And I'm telling the person in the back, like, dude, I'm getting pulled over. Like, I'm like this, I'm getting pulled over. And they're like, for real? Shut the fuck up. Shut up, for real? And I'm like, yes. And they're like, how you know? And I'm like, look the fuck back. Like, the police was really right there. Like, oh my God, y'all. When I tell you I was scared, I was scared. Because, of course, and guess what, y'all? Your girl didn't have no motherfucking license. Like, this can't be the second motherfucking time, y'all. Like, they gonna see that shit is on my fucking record. They gonna be like, bitch, didn't we fucking tell you? Like, you're not supposed to be driving. Like, you're just not. Like, make it make sense. The fuck? So yeah, y'all, I had no fucking license, and I'm literally shaking in my fucking boots because it's like, dude, this can't happen again. And yeah, it was years ago since the last one, but fuck, like, And no, I didn't even try to get a license in between that, so I knew it was gonna make me look kind of bad. Like, I was nervous. So I'll put this out real quick. Anyways, I see the lights and everything, and it was at this point I decided, like, okay, I'm just gonna fucking pull over. Like, fuck it, I'm just gonna pull over. So I pulled over, y'all. Your girl had to pull over because I'm not going on a high-speed chase in the middle of nowhere. We gonna run out of gas, like. But yeah, so when I pulled over, he walked up to the car, and the first thing he says is, I noticed that there's no plates. And I am like, oh Lord, because it wasn't my car. It wasn't my car. And the person whose car it was, they were present, but they were silent as a motherfucking church mouse. When I tell y'all, not a peep came out, not a motherfucking peep came out, y'all. So I'm sitting here like, okay, maybe this person might like speak up and be like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. So then before I even like, you know, got to swallow to even say something, he comes out and he's like, license and registration. So it was at this point I told him, I told him, like, I don't have a license, but, you know, let me see about the registration. So he was like, well, let me get your name. So I give him my name. He writes it down. And my birthday, whatever, he goes back to his truck. I turn around and I'm like, yo, so-and-so. Registration, like, do you got something? Like, you know, like, maybe you be able to drive because, you know, this is, you know, your car. So, y'all, he comes back to the car and he asks me to step out the car. And at this point, I feel like I was literally about to piss on myself because, yo, it's not my car. And the person whose car it is, you know, I'm thinking they got a license, registration, and all of this shit. And it turns out that when I asked, it was like one of these movements. Like, literally doing this shit in the back seat. So I was like, okay. I'm going to just tell this man I don't have nothing. So when I got the car, I'm like, well, I have nothing. He's like, whose car is it? So I tell him whose car it is, and he asked me for, like, the spelling and everything, and I gave it to him. And he walks away. Well, he asked me to stand behind the car, so I stood behind the car, like, in front of his car. And he walked away. So at this point, I'm, like, pulling my phone out to text my mom and tell her, like, I got pulled over. And she was like, well, tell so-and-so to woo-woo-woo. And I was like, yeah, call me. So she was trying to call. I didn't really get any good service, so I was trying to stay on the phone with her. And when he came back, he was like, yo, so-and-so, that's not what name comes up under this car, and you're driving, you don't have a license or registration. So then he asked me to put my phone down, turn around, put my hands behind my back, y'all, read me my rights, and put me in the back of his car. I'm shaking, y'all, because what the fuck? I was livid. Then he goes to the car and he makes everybody else get out. I'm looking out the car like, I'm heartbroken, y'all, because, like I said, the person whose car it was, or was supposed to be, was sitting in the car and literally was doing shit like this. Like, they didn't want me to say anything. So I was just like, dude, like, this shit cannot be fucking real. Like, make it make sense. The fuck? So once we get back to the car, I tell him, like, my wrist hurt because the back of the fucking seat, that shit was hard. So I asked him, like, can you take the cuffs off while I sit back here? Like, it's not like I can go nowhere. And he said yes. So he took them off. And then I asked him if he could grab my phone off the back of the car that I was in. So he gave it to me. And I was like, okay, look, can I call my mom? Like, I have nothing on me. Like, he didn't search me, but I didn't have shit on me. Like I said, we done smoked already. So, I mean, I had already smoked or whatever, and yeah, I was high. And that's what was making it worse, because it's like, my high was intensifying, probably because I was scared. I don't fucking know, y'all. But like I said, I had already been driving for a good 25, 30 minutes. We didn't get far. So he let me call my mom while I was in the back of the car. He came to the window. I mean, he had opened the door, took the cuffs off me, and he handed me my phone. But I had to sit back inside the car. So at this point, I went live on Facebook. Like, I did call my mom, and then he did tell her where we could meet at, which was the Victorville police station. I'm like, oh my God, y'all, I'm finna go to jail. I'm on Facebook Live, like, I'm finna go to jail. My mom hops on there, my cousins hop on there. Everybody like, what happened? I'm letting them know what happened. I'm mad. I'm putting everybody out there like, woo, 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 boo, 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 boo. But they like, what the fuck? Make it make sense. Like, y'all, it was horrible. So the officer gets back in his car and he makes a phone call or whatever. He gets on the radio or whatever, and he asks for a tow truck. There was so many of us that he had to put. There was 5 of us in the car, I think. So one went in the tow truck, or 2 went in the tow truck. I went in the car. There was 2 or 3 could fit up in that tow truck. And the rest of us went up in the squad car. So I felt a little better because somebody else was with me. And I felt better that he took them handcuffs off me, because it's like, damn. But the fact that he read my rights, I'm like, I'm really gonna go to jail. Like, y'all, he gonna say I'm driving a stolen car, no plates, no license, and I was speeding. Somebody come bail me out. But I didn't end up going to jail. So this is what happened. The whole way we're going, he's literally showing me how his radar thing works. So I'm like, okay. So he's showing me all his gadgets and gadgets and all of that shit, showing me how the little speed radars and all that extra shit work. And I'm like, okay, yeah, he's trying to be nice. Like, so let me calm down, because I was livid. Like, I'm mad at the person whom I was in the car with because they didn't even speak up for me. And I'm still on Facebook Live. So I'm just mad. I'm ranting. I'm letting everybody know what's going on. He gets another call, and he told dispatcher, whoever, that he will be there in a good, 25, 30 minutes. So he starts to fucking speed. You can see all the cars coming from this side of us, on the opposite side of the street. When the radar thing goes up, it beeps really fast. So I'm like, okay, well, they speeding. You ain't trying to, but, his squad is occupied. So this is what he ended up doing. The car, he took the car. He was taking that off tops because there was no plates. Nobody had a license in the car. No registration. No fucking nothing. But he was like, do me a favor. He was like, do me a favor and call someone that can come and give you guys a ride. Because this is what I'm going to do. We're going to drop you off at the Starbucks off Palmdale in Victorville. What? And he was like, I'm going to give you a ticket. But this is the list of stuff that you need to have when you go to court. I'm like, okay. So the ticket was just basically for driving without a license and registration. So when I went back to court the next time, that is the stuff that I had to have. That's another story time though. But anyways, he takes us to the Starbucks, and my mom ended up meeting us there. We was probably there for like 20, 30 minutes. My mom ended up meeting us there, and she was livid. She was low-key mad, like. And I explained to her what happened, and I'm so pissed off. We had to lap up in her car because she bought company with her. So we had to, lap up in her car. And, I'm going to explain everything to my mom when we get back to the house, because I'm just so pissed. So, within, the next couple hours, because we had, other stuff to do. So, we came home. And it was this point of, trying to figure out how to get this car back. And then for me, how I'm going to get the information for this car and everything else if I do not own the car. All I could worry about at the time was getting my license. But like I said, that's going to be another story time for another day. And that'll be the time that I went to court for this situation. But yeah, just know, y'all, if you ever drive in somebody else's car, make sure you have the fucking information. Because when push comes to shove, a motherfucker might leave you fucking hanging, okay? Even if it ain't your shit. So yeah, the situation was it was awful, because I felt like so-and-so should have spoke up. Don't do that no more. And we kind of haven't really been on the same page ever since. It's all love, but it's it just is what it is, and it's in the past at this point. We've all let the situation go, forgiving each other, whatever the case may be. But I learned my lesson, and I know better. And I now own a car. And I feel good about that, because I will not be getting caught up in nobody else's car. No. Yeah, no, I can't do that. So, like I said, y'all, make sure y'all have that information, your license, your permit, your something, y'all. Because, shit, these police be lurking. They be lurking around them corners. But, yeah, make sure y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all comment down below. Thank you guys for watching. And until next time, bye y'all. Bye y'all. Bye y'all.